Welcome, welcome, everybody. We're so excited to have you. Whether you're a rep or associate or you're a guest tonight, a special welcome to everybody. We have planned this out and are so excited about tonight and the testimonies that you're going to be hearing on this life-changing technology, a wearable technology that literally is changing the quality of lives every single day. And we're talking about all ages, all lifestyles, all backgrounds. It is a absolute bonus to everybody's life that's on here. It's unique. We've never seen anything like it in the world, and you're some of the very first to find out. My name is Cynthia Delaney, and it is my absolute honor to be joining all of you tonight for this testimonial Tuesday. Now, for those of you that have been invited as a guest, take a second, thank the person that invited you here, because literally what you're about to find out is going to change your life forever in multiple ways. So take a moment, thank them, and let's roll right into it. Tonight, you're being presented with something that we're bringing to market globally. And that presentation is a technology that's unlocking human potential through unrivaled technology. It's not a question mark, it's already happening. And we're going to give you just a little bit of background before we go into these testimonies. Let a couple of people get loaded in that are still trying to get on. And the best way to start tonight is with the technology. How does it work? How will it benefit you and everybody you know and love? Well, I'm going to show you in this short video. And when you see it, it's going to be really obvious how we're impacting the world, lives everywhere for the better.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15 plus years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered.
It sure does. It has you covered and everybody else, from school-age children all the way through life. Everyone is going to benefit from this incredible wearable technology. And if we think about it, people have been wanting this for over a decade. They've been praying for it, looking for it, and wanting a drug-free, chemical-free, all natural alternative. And that's what we're bringing to market, and absolutely being embraced in an unbelievable way. The super patch technology is like no other. We're 50 years ahead of ourselves. There's no technology that even comes close. The only place you can find this technology is at our company. And Jay Dollywall is amazing. The story, where it started with passion and purpose, and where it's come is taking it to the world because everybody deserves it. And what he said to us is this technology is literally limitless. We're just getting started. You see on your screen 12 revolutionary iterations of our super patch wearable technology. We're changing health and wellness and performance in lives everywhere for the better. On the top left-hand side of your screen is the Freedom Patch. The Freedom Patch mitigates pain and discomfort, and there's a lot of testimony saying it's taking all of their pain away. Drug-free. Novel, right? Incredible. Now, Victory is all about strength. For those of you that go to the gym, you know your routine, you're going to see immediate strength increase. And the recovery from the Victory Patch is just as valuable. Liberty. It's all about balance, mobility, and stability. It's great for an aging population to help keep from injury, but also our elite athletes are all over this particular super patch because it's helping them have the edge when they're competing, when they're training. And this particular patch, you'll see the technology work in a minute or less, everybody. And once you do, you understand what's happening and you can't wait to get your hands on the rest of the iterations. Ignite. It's all about elevating your resting metabolic rate. If you want to lose a little extra weight, this is the patch for you. You won't feel it, and you can lose a little extra weight sitting at your desk at work, not changing anything else. Joy is about elevating your mood. Peace is about bringing down the stress, anxiety, giving you an all natural overall calm. And the Peace Patch and the Freedom Patch are used by a renowned robotic surgeon, Dr. Anna Toker. She has her own podcast. She's globally renowned. She uses the Peace Patch prior to surgery with her patients and the Freedom Patch coming out of surgery. Lumi is all about the skin you're in. It's all about hydration. People are reporting better quality to their hair, hydrated eyes, and minimizing of scarring that they may have had for 5 or 10 years. Defend is all about boosting your immune system and it adds to your circulation, which leads to detox and healing. Focus is about just that. Corporate America loves it because their staff, their employees, well, they're bringing up the bottom line. They're more productive than ever because they're able to focus. And teachers love it. With their students that have ADHD, well, they're seeing them all of a sudden bringing up their grades, starting to enjoy school. The Rocket, it's all about performance in the bedroom for you guys specifically. Let me just say there's no downside to it. And Kick It. It's all about kicking those bad habits. If you have sugar cravings, you're going to want to pair this with the Ignite patch, kick that sugar craving, lose a little extra weight by boosting with the two. But it also helps those who are smokers looking to kick that habit. It's the perfect patch for you. REM is all about that deep sleep. We got to remember drug free, chemical free, no grogginess the next day, no toxins in your body. It's simple. Put it on when you're ready to go to sleep. Take it off when you wake up in the morning, and you're going to wake up fresh, probably better sleep than you've had in a very, very long time. People are tracking this actually with their wearable devices that track sleep, and they're seeing on average 75% to 100% increase in REM sleep. Now that's amazing. It's also important for your health. When your body is sleeping, that's when it's healing itself, and you're going to feel good for the next day, be more productive, and your immune system is definitely going to be better for it. The 13th iteration, we just announced it, is the Boost Patch. It's all about energy like never before. If you go for the Red Bull, the Monster Energy, too much coffee during the day because you just need it to keep going, or you're going to those places where you drive through, get the frou-frou coffee, pay $7 to $8 a cup, and you know it's not good for you. Well, this is the patch for you. The energy industry is almost $100 billion industry. Everybody wants energy, except for we don't like having to track when we got that caffeine and when we can actually go to sleep or slow down from it. Instead, you get to choose. When you want the energy, you just simply put the super patch on. And when you're ready to wind down, you just take it off, start chilling out. It's the perfect boost to your day. It's clean energy, like when you were 9, 8, and 10 years old, 8, 9, and 10 years old, coming home from school and going out to play with your friends. You never thought about what you needed for energy. You didn't even want to come in for dinner or when it was getting dark. Imagine having that kind of clean energy again. It is amazing. So, we are clinically compliant, regulatory compliant, FDA registered, peer reviewed, published clinically. We have world class materials because 3M, who manufactures almost all medical adhesives and athletic adhesives, is the one that is making all of our super patches. In fact, they've ensured that we're hypoallergenic, paraben free, latex free, dermatologist tested, clinically tested, vegan, and there's a lot more benefits. We have an absolute first in class product with our combination of working with 3M. Now, I'm sorry, I'm letting some people in at the same time. There's no change to your lifestyle required. No lifestyle diet change. It's as simple as peel, patch, and go. That's it. I wear 7 to 9 most days at the same time because you can't. And why? Because I have my best quality of life when I'm wearing this technology. And I probably haven't felt this good since I was 13. You're going to get it. When you start experiencing the benefits of this technology, you're probably going to wear multiples too. It's not unusual. You're going to hear it tonight. So, one of the visuals I want to give you before we start with our testimonies is on that Liberty patch. The Liberty patch is the one that I told you about that's all about mobility, stability, and balance. It's the one that you can see our technology work in a minute or less with everyone. And I want you to see it in action, live, real time. Watch this, listen to this, get ready to have your mind blown.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33, I'm 46, so you can do the math, I can't.
13 years.
Thank you.
Here, go ahead. Please be careful. Okay, I'm going to put the Liberty patch on her right now. And she's going to do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
Utterly amazing. And every time I see that, I literally get so happy. We all know somebody that's lost some of their independence because of an injury or a diagnosis, or maybe from aging. And watching this technology work real time, you can see how she got some of her independence back. It may just seem like a little thing to you. It's not for her. In fact, for her, it's priceless. Jay Glazier is another testimony I want to share with you. Fox Sports is where he is really noted for doing the NFL broadcasting. And in fact, he's a very, very recognizable figure for a lot of people. A friend of his, he brought him the technology, not knowing that night in and night out, Jay was struggling with something very serious. It was definitely shortening his life. And because of his friend, his life has changed for the better. Take a listen to his testimony.
And then when I saw there was a sleep on, I said, well, let me try this. And again, I hate false hope. I put this on. It was night one. Think about this. I have not dreamed in 30 years. I put this on. The first night, I had dreams. I was like, oh my God, I must have had REM sleep. Am I well rested? Like, this what's going on here? Because I just want to stay in bed. And normally I'm out and bam, I'm like, man, is this my body? Like, we got 30 years to catch up on. So this REM patch for me has been a game changer in ways that like I said, I kind of lost hope that I'd ever sleep. It's been a game changer.
Game changer, all right. Listen, getting good solid sleep is not something to mess around with. You can only do that for so long before you're literally shortening your life. Your body's immune system is definitely lowered. You're susceptible to things you don't want to be any part of. Listen, we all want to be productive, enjoy our day, not have the brain fog, be able to take in those special moments with the people we love. So that REM sleep, if you need it, you found your solution. So we're unlocking human potential through unrivaled technology. Like I mentioned to you, we have a technology that has no competition. There's no Me Too, there's no other place to get this technology. We launched in Canada in 2023, in January of 2023. We did over 60 million our first year in business. And that's a huge statement because it was word of mouth advertising. We launched the United States March of 2024. And this second year, we're closing out over 100 million in sales. So obviously something huge, something impactful, something very important is going on. And this is where I'm going to turn it over to all of you that want to share this evening. I know the guests are going to be really excited to hear from you. This is a testimonial segment focused on our technology. Now, you've found a unicorn company literally with this. The benefits that you're about to hear are going to apply to all ages. So we will give some tips as testimonies are being shared in regards to certain of the patches. But let's go ahead and jump right into it tonight. Who's first?
Cynthia, oh,
I love it. I love it. I'm not sure who all was unmuting. I think I saw Diane. Let's go ahead and take her first.
oh, hi, Cynthia. I'm so happy to share on this testimonial call.
We're happy to have
Um,
you.
yeah, I was introduced to this probably about 5 months ago. I was basically a burned out caregiver. I had massive pain. I'd had 4 concussions. I was actually in a halo 10 years ago, so I've had a lot of pain and 2 motor vehicle accidents since then. And I was looking for something to take care of my pain. So I ordered the pack with everything in it, and that was the Omni. And anyway, I received that, and within just minutes, I mean seconds, really, I put that pain patch on, and boom, my pain was gone. I was just astounded. And then I started using the other patches. One of the main ones I noticed one of the biggest differences is was the REM patch. I was only getting like 5.5 hours of sleep interrupted. And so I was just really exhausted all the time, adding to all my stress. So I started to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I had four nights with 9 hours of sleep. And I play pickleball, so I'm a bit ADD. The focus, the liberty with my pickleball for recovery was amazing. Just all of them. I use all of them. I caught myself. I counted like 10 on my body at one time, and I will have to say that my energy's restored. I say that I got my mojo back. I got Diane back, and I couldn't be more happy. And this has also helped not only with my family members, my mother, who's 92 in many, many ways, of course, the Liberty with their balance, and then my brother with Parkinson's, and his last visit to the doctor, the specialist, he said that he had hardly any. The specialist said he hardly had any symptoms, and he had the peace, the victory, and the liberty, of course. So that's my
Awesome.
story, and I'm sticking to it.
I love it, Diane. And we're sticking to it too with you and celebrating all of that. I've watched you as it's almost like your body, your face, everything is just awakened and you just seem so happy and super excited for you and your mom. And
Yeah.
for those of you that are just hearing about this technology tonight, I just want to give a little caveat to what Diane shared. When she's talking about her brother with Parkinson's, we're not claiming cure. What we're saying is with this technology, the symptoms are diminishing. And one of the reasons is the Liberty patch that he wears is a patch for mobility, stability, and balance, but it's also a patch for neurological homeostasis, neurological balance. Okay. Now, all of us are off balance because we're drinking things that are toxic, eating things that are toxic, breathing toxic air, putting things that have chemicals on and in our body. And so we're like the most miraculous machine ever made. Like a computer, though, offline. All of us. And what this technology is doing is creating a clear signaling in the body. The body wants to heal. The body wants to defend. So that's one key. And the other key I want to mention really quickly is the peace patch. She mentioned that. And of course, when you're diagnosed with something like Parkinson's, there can be stress involved with how your body's reacting or not reacting and responding to you. But think about this. When you're stressed out, your cortisol levels go up. When your cortisol levels go up, of course, you're going to have other symptoms. By lowering his stress and anxiety and giving him an all natural overall calm, this is showing in his benefits. So, Diane, thank you so much for sharing that. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you and
You're welcome.
everything you're doing here at Super Patch. All right, we've got Jess has her hand up. Jess, we'll go ahead and take you, Jesse.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So,
Welcome, welcome.
you know all of my main points that, I'm off all four of my medications. I'm off of blood pressure, I'm off ADHD medicine, I'm off medicine for fibromyalgia, and I'm off of my Prozac. Well, my huge testimony tonight is that I was literally I've been sick all day, so I came home early from work, slept all day, didn't have any of my patches on, took them off. And I went and sorry y'all. I went and got up and went and got my patches, and I said, "You know what?" I said, "I really want to be able to show what the Defend patch does for blood flow." Okay, so I sat down and I started videoing myself looking as horrible as I do.
No.
And I took my blood pressure. It was 135 over 95, I believe is what it was. Put a patch on. Waited a few minutes. Took my blood pressure again. It was 129 over 89. Waited a few more minutes. It was 120 over 85. 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That was it. 5 minutes.
I
And
love
that
it.
huge of a difference. It leveled me out in 5 minutes.
You've got to share that in the Facebook experience page, if you will, Jess. If you took
I
pictures
will.
or you said you videoed it,
I
that
do. I have a video and I have some pictures that I tagged in there, and I've got it all before, during, and after, and then after total 5 minutes. I'm shook.
right. I am
So
too. And I hear these testimonies every day, but I'll tell you what, they never get old. Even if they're similar, it's somebody's life that's been changed for the better. I'll tell you what, it makes me so excited every morning to wake up knowing what we're a part of here. Jess, your testimony is so powerful. You said you went off of Prozac. The Peace Patch has a lot to do with that. I'm sure you're wearing that one. And
yes,
then
ma'am.
the Defend patch, you're wearing that one. Obviously, you mentioned that for the blood pressure. And so what other patches are you wearing?
I have Defend, Boost, Peace, Joy, Liberty, Victory, focus. Uh,
The focus is the one that's helping you with your ADHD. That patch, my husband could put 4 on my back and I can't see which one. When he puts the focus on, I can feel it. It's the craziest
it
thing.
is.
It really is. It's almost sci-fi, you guys, but it is what it is. We're backed by so many incredible people from the world of health and wellness, so many elite athletes, so many studies. This is a very unique place you're all sitting on in as you're listening to these testimonies. Think about the people that you know and love that suffer from some of these things. Is it changing their quality of life to not sleep very well? Of course. Is it changing their life if they're not able to focus? Of course. These are all really important factors that maybe we take for granted because we get used to living with it. But
Hmm.
once you experience the technology, Jess, doesn't it just wake you up like, hello, I'm finally living it again?
Absolutely, it does. It does.
I love it. Jess, thank you so much for that testimony. We appreciate you. All right, hands up.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing this to the United States for us.
Oh, thank you, Jay Dollywall. And we've done our part, and we certainly are honored to have done it. And we're excited to see you guys, Jess, when we come to Mississippi. We appreciate everything you're doing. Donna, I believe you had your hand up next.
Oh, thank you. Nice to see everyone tonight. And thank you for putting this together. It's fantastic.
You're welcome.
I want to just give a shout out to Diane because I have known her for a long time. And for anyone on here who doesn't or hadn't known her, she speaks truth with that, getting her life back, and it's super cool. We're lifelong friends, and I love seeing her back. It's super cool. Um, so what the that video, like you said, the video of the gal walking up and down the stairs, it gets me every time too. I'm just choked up watching her. But what I want to say is, not testifying for myself, but my mama is 90. She'll be 91 in a couple weeks. She too had a very similar experience with just her first application with that Liberty patch, and that's all she had on. And she felt something. I've never felt that something, but she felt something when she put that patch on and just began to get ready for an outing, and she left her apartment without her walker, and which she hasn't been without her walker at that point for a year. And so she thought, oh my gosh. So she did take her cane with her for this outing that or walking stick, but she never used it. And it's all about that Liberty patch, I'll tell you. Um, I went through a short all time where I thought this Liberty patch just isn't working. And that wasn't truth at all. It was, I didn't realize I had a stretch mark where I was putting the dang Liberty patch. So it's important. Placement is important, just like in a marathon, you want to place. But so I'm back to the stability, not mental, but my balance and stability is back. And that is the most fabulous patch. It's, they're all great, but I just want to give an extra shout out to the Liberty.
We appreciate that, Donna, and I love that you pointed out it's important how you wear these super patches. It's pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple. If you are placing it on a lot of hair, the braille type pattern on the back is going to be disrupted. So make sure you put it in an area where you don't have hair or much hair, or go ahead and shave that spot. It's going to be worth it. Also, you don't want to put it on a stretch mark because obviously there's an indentation of sorts. So it's breaking the application of that patch to your skin, and that braille type pattern may be disrupted again. While you brought that up, Donna, the Liberty patch is that core patch. When Jay Dollywall's mother was diagnosed with MS, he couldn't find a solution or an answer for her. So he took his means and his time that he had from a big software engineering sellout that he did. And he applied it towards research and development for 15 years, 25 million. Later, he found a solution for his mom. And he knew at that time that through his passion and that purpose, he had found a solution for her. And therefore, he really needed to take it to the world to other people that could benefit from it too. Thank you, Jay Dollywall. And has extended that even further. So that's just a little bit on the Liberty patch. That's your core patch. That's where it all started. You definitely want to wear that. It's going to give you an exponential benefit to the other patches that you wear as well. So, Donna, thank you so much for bringing that up. We appreciate you. So glad to see you tonight. All right. We've got Sheila Cruz up next. Sheila? And if she's not ready, we can take GC. Oh, there's Sheila. You're on mute. We can see you though. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should be used to this. I do a lot of Zoom calls. Okay. Well, let's see. First of all, when Amber's my daughter, and Ryan's my son-in-law. And when they told me about this, I had been having a lot of feet pain. And when they told me about it, I was just like, no, it's not going to work. I'm like, I'm taking medicine and it's not going to work. Well, instantly they put the patch on my leg and instantly the pain went away in my feet, in the one foot. And I was just like, okay, it just blew my mind. I was just like, okay, this is real. So I've been using I use the Freedom every day. I haven't had a lot of pain. I've even used it one time for I had a migraine and I put it on my head and my head was swollen, and Ryan and Amber can testify to this. It was swollen and it instantly started going down just by putting it on my head. Um, my mom will not probably give a testimony, so I'm gonna testify. I'm gonna do her testimony. She has had a lot. She's been with me since December, and she just about couldn't walk. I started putting the Liberty, Defend, and the Freedom on her during the day. Just about all her pain is gone in her legs, and at nighttime she uses the Rim and the Peace. I have a list. She uses the Rim and the Peace at night, and it's helped her too. The Rim and the Peace has helped me sleep. I've never had so much peace and sleep at night. It was very, very, very good. So and what I use during the day, I do the Focus, especially during payroll weeks. I do payroll every other week. I use the Focus. It really helps me. I started using the Ignite about probably 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and I have noticed that I've lost a little weight. The Boost I've been using, I use that every day, and the Joy and the Liberty. I use about 5 to 6 a day, just depending on if I need something else, I just put another one on. So yes,
Tell me
but
about
yeah, it's awesome.
Tell me about this, Sheila. You mentioned that you have some prescriptions, and I know when I reach in the past, when I've reached to the ibuprofen bottle, I think, oh man, because I know it doesn't come without certain things that come along with it that I don't want. But what do you do when you have a migraine or when you're hurting?
Um, I have a couple, and I have only had to take a migraine pill I think once or twice since I've been on the patches, and that's just because I get migraines a lot, and my head will swell up, and when I go 4 or 5 days with the migraine, it's like you got to do something. But I don't like all the side effects from the medicine, so using the patches, I have no side effects, and it just yeah. So I've been keeping the Freedom. I keep the Freedom on every day, and
Yes,
that really helped. And a
that's
lot of it probably this pollen. Most of it's probably pollen,
it
but
feels
yeah,
feels good to be able to reach for something that you know is clean.
right,
It's drug
yes,
free, it's toxic free. It's the first thing you reach for before you go to anything else that may have something toxic connected to it. It just feels good, especially when you don't have to reach past the super patch
Right.
technology. It really drives it home. So Sheila, you can see this, how it's going to travel around the world, because if you're having that experience and those benefits,
Yes.
you know other people will too. You've already seen it
Yes.
with your mom. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate
Thank you.
it. And we
Okay.
love Amber and Ryan, by the way.
Yes.
No, they're incredible. All
Thank
right.
you. Okay.
Thank you. GC, you're up next.
Good evening.
Good
I
evening.
would just like to ask a question. Jess said that she was using one of the patches for high blood pressure. Can you tell me or confirm which patch that was, please?
Jess. She's wearing the Liberty. I don't know if she
Sorry, I was
go
trying
ahead,
to get
Jess.
unmuted. Okay, so for the blood pressure, the main one I put on is Defend.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Thank
get
you
back
so
on camera because I have a little bit of a headache, and
That's fine.
I just put a freedom on my forehead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh,
You're
thank you,
so very
Jess.
welcome.
Awesome. See
Thank
how
you.
it feels good now? I mean, even those that are sharing a testimony are being asked questions. This is how we pay it forward. A very exciting time. Thank you for that question, GC. I know other people may have had it too. All right. Who
Thank you.
you bet. Who's next?
Oh, Cynthia, this is Nancy. I'll go.
All right, Nancy, and I think I saw Michael unmute too. We'll take you next, Michael. Nancy, go ahead.
Okay, so I was introduced to the Super Patch the end of September. I'm 63 years old, and up until that point, I had already mentally decided that because the arthritis was in my hands and the arthritis was coming into my feet, that my life was going to be limited. Fast forward a couple of months, I wear the Liberty patch, I wear the Peace, the Freedom, as needed. But what I found was what was happening is the pain in my body was disappearing. And so much so that I insulated the ceiling of a basement all by myself. And it took me 2 nights up and down a ladder, stuffing them in the corners, cutting, doing all that stuff. And oh, and the victory patch, don't forget the victory patch. But I woke up the next day with no pain, several days, no pain. And still today, I can do so many more things. And the mental thing in my head that says, oh, I can't do this because I have arthritis is just a whisper. And it is because of the patches that I've been able to do these things. And so I'm still 63 years young and I got a long way to go.
Yeah, you do, Nancy. I'm expecting to be surfing somewhere with you on a beach somewhere. I mean, you have really kicked it up. I know you love riding horses. You're active anyway, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's the lighting, I don't know what it is, but I promise you, you look younger tonight. I'm not just saying that, but you wear the Lumi too. Do you wear the Lumi?
I do.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, you got to take care of the skin you're in. It's your largest organ, and that Lumi patch does a lot more than just make you glow. It hydrates your skin, which is all about your health. So, Nancy, thank you so much for that testimony.
Thank
Anybody
you.
crawling around and doing what you were doing would have been sore the next day. So, it's a huge testimony for you to say that you weren't.
Yes. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you. All right, Michael, you're up.
All right. I'll start with my dad. My dad's 88 years old, had many, many challenges falling. And since I've got him on the Liberty and Defend, his blood pressure again has not been an issue, and him falling has not been an issue. So that's one. The second one of my granddaughters that live in Florida has eczema and attention problems at school and ADD, whatever. So she's been wearing the Peace Patch, the Lumi patch, and the Focus patch, and she has improved, getting all her work done. And her skin went away with the bumps all over. So that's another one. for me, I have to talk about arthritis too. I'll be 64 in July. And at UPS, again, I throw these big boxes and bags and stuff like that. And, but I had hurt one of my hands because I hit a steel plate and the package was like 150 pounds. And, so they wanted me to go get it checked out. So I went to get it checked out. They, x-rayed my hand to make sure nothing was broken. He goes, no, it's not broken, but your hand looks like a 70-year-old hand. I'm like, what? So I kept going and, I felt pretty good. I got better, but they had me do rehab. But since I've since I've started using the Liberty patch the last 5 months ago, the arthritis in my hands and everywhere else, I can't even tell it's there. And I wear Liberty, Victory, Freedom, Focus, Ignite, Peace, and I've been wearing Joy lately. So the combination and REM at night when I'm sleeping, I can't even emphasize Dreamland like no other. So it's made a world of difference just to 3 of my family members that have been using. Oh, my 19-year-old daughter, she's been using the Boost, Peace, and Focus, and that's helped her. She cleaned, first time she used the Boost patch, she cleaned her room. And if you ever had an 18-year-old, they don't clean their rooms. But before she went to work one day, she went out and cleaned her room. And that was highly unusual for her. And talk about the Boost. I found out location is everything for me. If I put it in some spots, it does the opposite. But when I put in the right spot, I can definitely feel it happen. So
Yep.
that's all I have.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Covered the benefits for your dad and for your daughter and for yourself, all the different iterations of our wearable technology and our super patches that are benefiting you and your family. This is what we're hearing over and over and over again, you guys. And I love that you brought up, Michael, that you moved it around a little bit. So if you're wearing the Freedom Patch to mitigate pain or discomfort, sometimes you need to move it around a little bit. I had neck surgery a couple of years ago, and I still have a little bit going on with my shoulder from that neck injury. And when we put it on my shoulder, I went from about an 8.5, 9 to a 5. But we put it on my trap, and I go to like a 2, a 1, or none. So it is definitely important that you put the Freedom Patch between the pain and the brain, but closest to your point of pain, not on a joint, because you don't want it coming loose. What you mentioned, Michael, about the Boost also applies to the REM. There is a meridian line here on your arm, and that is for your circadian rhythm. If you put the REM patch here, you're going to see dreamland come a lot quicker for a lot of you. Just a little tip there. And you can wear multiples of Freedom and Defend, but the rest of them, wear one and done. You get everything out of them that you need. But we deal with a lot of elite athletes, and they've got a lot of injuries and pain that they're dealing with, maybe in the shoulder, knee, hip. In that case, they're wearing multiples. That's just an example. Michael, you're awesome. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, with the rim, I always put it on my forehead so I don't forget to take it off. That works best for me. And same thing with the Boost patch. I'll put it on my forehead. That works really well there for me too. So
You're going out, right? Not the Boost patch on your forehead when you're going out. People have done it though. I'll tell you what, there is something to be said about you feeling your best. If you've been feeling bad for long enough, then you don't even really care. I promise. So here we are with a technology that's benefiting lives left and right in so many different ways. You're just cracking the surface. Thank you, Michael, for your testimony. Who's next this evening?
Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, Annie. Welcome, welcome. Floor's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, okay, let's see. Patches. Last March, I received the patches in the mail. First thing I did was put the Freedom Patch on the inside of my left knee, which is the worst bone on bone. I got up without even thinking about it for the first time, didn't realize it till I was halfway across the house. And it was kind of like a Twilight Zone moment for me because I usually have to mentally prepare myself to stand up on that knee because it's so painful. With 90% range of motion in there, a lot of people will know what I'm talking about. If you've been a former athlete, I was a former gymnast, tore up my ligaments really bad. And when you're young and vibrant like that, you have no fear. You get through it. You work out again. You go right back. You do the same thing over again. So, and then when you get up in our age, my age, then you start realizing that you wish you were a lot wiser when in your youth. However, so thankful for that Freedom Patch. Learned shortly after that what the Defend Patch could do by seeing a doctor, show some blood work. And that's when the light bulb went on there. And you had mentioned you can put the Freedom Patch multiples in the Defend. That's where I started applying the Defend Patch to my knee, realizing that I would get that blood circulation. Now I'm able to flex that knee a lot better and hopefully start working out on that again soon and building up that muscle area. I also have bone spurs in my neck from a really bad accident. I broke my neck in 1980. Anybody with bone spurs, they know how painful that can be. I've got full mobility. To watch me turn my neck. No pain. Defend Patch right near my neck. It's fantastic. Liberty. So I have the Liberty. I have the Victory on. The Victory has helped me with my left foot. Every once in a while, you get like a neuropathy, a swelling in it, and that I had learned was from my knee. Victory will take that inflammation down. So I have the Focus Patch on. Love, love, love my Focus Patch. That gets me through the day. I'm super busy on a lot of phone calls, trying to do a lot of things, balance the home, balance the, Super Patch business. So let's see. That's the Focus. I have the Joy. I have the Peace Patch, REM Patch at night. I've shared some of my crazy dreams with you. They're incredible. I told two of my daughters the other day that I dreamt that two of my sons drove up in Corvettes in my backyard, which is the truth. And they were like, "What?" Anyway, I'm so thankful for these, loving the patches, and I'm loving hearing everybody else. Just, enjoying life. Thank you so much.
Oh, Annie, we appreciate you so much. We thank you for sharing that testimony tonight. And I've known you for years and years. And I'll tell you what, when you started wearing the technology and felt the benefits, experienced the benefits with your knees, one of the first times you were just so excited about it. You literally jumped up and jumped down. And I was like, oh my gosh, freaked me out. But listen, I've watched you and I see the improvement, and I'm so excited for you. How you feel is so important to me, and I know your family feels the same way. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. You love the Focus just like I do, and the Defend. When we're talking about inflammation, or we're talking about neuropathy from my neck, I still have neuropathy in my forefinger and thumb on both hands. And when it's bothering me, especially on my left hand, I'll put a Defend patch literally right here. Sometimes people will see me on Zoom with it, and literally within about 10 minutes I start getting my feeling back. It doesn't completely come back, but I get a lot more of my feeling back, and it feels really good to have that. Nothing else has been able to achieve that for me, and it's drug free, so it's a big benefit. All right, who's next tonight? Thank you again, Annie. We've got about a little over 5 minutes that we're still going to take.
Hey, Cynthia.
Rosalie. Oh, Mark.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and take you, Mark, and we'll take Rosalie next.
No,
Go
let
ahead.
Rosalie go. let ladies go first. Let
Thank
Rosalie go.
you, Mark. Gentlemen in the house. Rosalie, the floor is all yours.
So we were introduced to Super Patch um close to the end of February, so not even a month, by Amber and Ryan. And the first night that we went over to their house to talk to them and listen to them tell us about it, I actually got sick. I have some kind of, I don't know if it's problems with my blood sugar, my blood pressure, all of it stays on the low end. It always has. I don't know if it's a neurological issue. It's never been diagnosed, but I will have what I call spells. I've had them since I was like 7. And I get really sick from them. Sometimes I black out. And I had one while I was at their house, and I called my husband. And when he came in, because I had went to the bathroom, and he came into the bathroom and he asked me what was wrong, and he saw that I was laid out on the floor. Um, he knew immediately what to do. Started asking questions, telling him that I needed a cold compress, I need ice, I need a rag, all these things. And Amber, I remember hearing her because I was laying on the floor. I remember hearing her say, "Put this on her." And my husband was like, "What in the world is this?" She said, "It's a Liberty patch. Just put it on her." Well, then my 17-year-old daughter came in the bathroom. She's like, "Mom, are you okay? They told me to put this on you." And I was like, "I don't care. I just need this to go away." And within literally 2 minutes of them putting that patch on me, I was able to sit up. I was coherent again. The nausea almost like 99% went away. Um, and I was able to actually get up and walk from the bathroom to the vehicle and go home that night. Whereas without the Liberty patch, many, many times before, it has taken me 2 to 3 days to recover from one episode of one of these spells. So I wear the Liberty patch. At first I was wearing it every day. Now I wear it, 3 or 4 times a week. But I wear that, and then of course I work in healthcare. So with little bitty kids, like newborn all the way up to 17 years old. So I wear my Defend every single day. I had no idea that it helps with blood pressure. I was sitting here listening to everyone's testimony, and I told my husband, I said, "They just said that the Defend patch helps with blood pressure. You want to try it?" He's interested in a TV show right now, so he didn't really answer me. But I wear the Defend every day. I wear Focus every day because I have undiagnosed ADHD. My children have ADHD. My 14 and 19-year-old wear the patches. They ask me for them every day. "Mom, can I have a Focus patch? Are you going to let me wear a Focus patch today? Can I get one?" And I tell them, yeah, because they take medication, and I would rather them use the patch and not have to use their medicine. And I can literally see the difference within 2 or 3 minutes of my son, especially putting the patch on. He goes from bouncing off the walls to just cool, calm, collected. He's able to do his schoolwork. We do Bible quizzing. He's able to sit down and focus on his Bible quizzing and learn 6 verses in one setting and quote them to you verbatim. I mean, it has helped us tremendously. I wear the Peace patch. The REM patch is my favorite. I have not had a good night's sleep, and I couldn't tell you how many years before Amber and Ryan introduced it to me. So now me and my husband, every night before we go to bed, we look at each other and we'll say, "Want a rim?" And I'll grab it out of my bedside table and put it on. And within 15 minutes, we are both sound asleep and we sleep all night. So I am very thankful for these patches. My husband is a U.S. veteran. He served from 2007 to 2015. He was medically retired. He has titanium in his back. He has a spinal cord stimulator. He lives in constant pain. I mean, when I say constant, I mean every minute of every day he is in pain. And he started wearing the Freedom Patch, and he told me that he has gotten 80 to 85% pain relief. So those are a few of our favorites. We haven't tried all of them yet, but we are still working on that. My mom has chronic pain. Within 30 minutes, she had forgotten about her pain. So we love these patches, and we are excited to help our friends and family learn the love of these patches as well.
I love it, Rosalie. That makes me so happy. I cannot even tell you. I don't know if I want to jump up and down or cry. If you were in the room, I'd want to hug you right now. That I just am celebrating. Your whole family is benefiting from this technology. What a gift on so many levels. And of course, I'm super excited that you found something with what you've experienced for years to be able to know that you can go to that can give you relief, help you feel better. What a gift. What a gift all the way, all the way around. I'm glad we're recording this, Rosalie, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything you're doing to let everybody know about this technology. We appreciate you. All right, Mark, you're up.
All right, thanks, Cynthia. Just a note, kind of testimony about the industry of MLM. You know, this is the second time I do this, and enjoyed it the first time. And then when I saw this, it was kind of a no-brainer to me when Dean showed it to me. But the way I look at this, you know, a lot of people look at it and think they're not having success because they're not growing as fast as they want to grow. But as early as we are in this one, I mean, there are growing pains that come with every company when it starts. You got to figure it out and make their path in the industry. I mean, this is not a year old in the United States yet. We will have growing pains. We will go up and down in our individual businesses. But what it's done for me is like, so I think this month is 9 months that I've been involved in it. And I've been able to build a residual income to where I have 5 kids, so there's seven iPhones and a couple of iPads in the house that, of course, is a Verizon bill every month. And what this has done is I've built up a residual income where basically I get free Verizon service for the rest of my life as long as I'm doing this business and that check's coming. So I look at it as building steps like that. Now, of course, with 5 kids comes vehicle insurance, and that's my next goal. And I'm halfway to building that goal to where I get a free cell phone and free vehicle insurance. So I'm gonna have to get pretty big to get free house insurance because of where I live at. But you know what? There's no doubt it's going to come, just because of where we're at and the timing and where we're located and what we have our hands on. So
Love it.
look at it, if you're not feeling really good about where you are, look at it in that aspect. Look at it where it gives you free cell phone use for the rest of your life, or free this or free that. With the economy the way it is, everybody could use something free. So that's the way I look at it, and that keeps my mind right and keeps me headed towards my goal.
Thank you, Mark, for sharing that. All for referring somebody to something that you're going to refer them to anyway. We do it every day with a restaurant or a car, a great pair of tennis shoes, whatever it is. And there's a benefit because there is a referral program. And we're going to close out here in just a second. I want to go ahead and take Barbara. If you can keep it really brief, Barbara, because we do have something to close out. I don't want to rush you. We could have literally done this for 2 hours easy. Barbara, the floor's all yours.
Just real quick, it just dawned on me. My husband 2 months ago was diagnosed pre-diabetes, and he's been wearing the Defend and the Liberty and the Pain and the Victory, and he is no longer pre-diabetic.
Wow.
And the other thing, there's one more thing. Somebody asked about animals. My horse has EPM, which is a neurological problem caused by possums. And when the blacksmith comes out, I put the Liberty patch under his tail where there is no hair, and he can stand solid for the blacksmith and doesn't wobble. So it may or may not work on animals. It works on my horse.
Well, I'm not supposed to say too much, but I'm not surprised. I'll just say it like that. And other than that, we'll leave that for Jay to roll out. But I love that you shared it, Barbara, and I love that you guys are benefiting from this technology. Thank you so much for sharing tonight. Next time, we'll take a little more time with you. Thank you for understanding. We're solving the biggest problems, and it always creates the biggest opportunity. Like Mark mentioned, our company has a referral program that can not only pay for your super patch wearable technology, so it doesn't cost you a penny, but also you can be a part of this company's growth and profit share. So take a look in the chat box. There's a link. The company corporate overview, it's only 29 minutes, is about to launch. Take a listen to where you sit. You're first. We had 60 million plus our first year in sales, 100 million plus our second year in sales. Nothing is stopping us, you guys. If you want the big picture, then jump on that corporate overview right now. I want to give a big thanks to everybody that shared tonight, from Donna, Jess, Diane, Nancy, Michael, Annie, Rosalie, Mark, Barbara. And if I missed anybody, I am so, so sorry, but you guys are amazing. You reflect what's happening all across the markets that already have Super Patch available to them. And listen, we're doing something very special here. And like Mark said, many people are supplementing their life just by referring people to this company. So roll it on over, check the chat box, and join our corporate Zoom. You guys, we appreciate you. Talk about Power Packed. You're all amazing. Enjoy this technology and experience the benefits. You're never going to be the same. You guys, I'll see you on tomorrow night's Super Zoom. Take care, everybody.